doing my job if I did not ask it for my fans here.
It's okay.
But you know what? You said what a lot of us women think when our man mess up, like I'm gonna cut your penis off if you keep messing with me. Like you said it. Like we say it, but you said it publicly.
Yeah.
So, honey, that is so true.
I know. And then after everything yesterday, I was like, you are so lucky that I'm on the other side of the country because
you dumb.
Ridiculous.
Why did they do that?
If I was here in this house with you. I don't know. I mean, I like to think that it's just humans will be humans. I try not to put it all on men.
That can't be the answer.
I know,
Iggy.
but I don't know. I mean, I know I can control myself, so I don't know. It's tough.
Oh my goodness. So, what was his excuse of saying like why he did it, or was it?
Honestly, I haven't even really like had the opportunity to sit down and really have that conversation because I'm out here working and it's he's on the road, they're playing with the team, so it's not really something that like you want to call up your fiance and he's on the bus with his teammates and you're like figuring out like which fork in the road you're going down. So I'm just kind of trying to not really like let my energy get spent on that when there's really no solution that can happen right now. I just have to wait till I get home.
Yeah, you're a good one.
You know what I mean?
You're a good
till I get home, I need to collect my thoughts, and we can. I don't know which way that's going to sway, but we can. I'll talk about it with him.
Yeah, I like that because.
Yeah.
Hey, I need some of that energy because I'm gonna put all that bad energy out on you. You're gonna have a bad. The whole team gonna feel it.
See,
like you are gonna lose a couple of games.
With me, I gotta. Well, yeah, I have to still go to work. So then, if I'm putting that out there, and then it's coming back in my phone, and I'm getting all involved in this, and you know what I mean. So I just don't. I feel like that. I have to be selfish too, and I don't have the luxury to be able to indulge in that kind of thing this week.
Okay.
Maybe next week.
Okay. Like next week you'll have time for, but this week I ain't got time.
Yeah, next week I got time for the craziness, my crazy ways. But this week I gotta play it cool. So yeah.
So one more question about that. Why did you decide to stay?
Well, I don't know if I have.
you stayed. No, I'm just playing. I mean, I like you guys as a couple, and like you said, people mess up all the time.
I think this is the thing. Obviously I like him. It's just. I think we kind of live in this world where we're always like upgrading to the bigger and better thing or to the next phone or you're kind of like, we live in this like consumer world and that kind of can seep into our relationships as well to where we are really quick to just like move on to the next thing, upgrade to the next person. Okay, this one's broken, get a new one. I don't think that really works for having the kind of relationship that your grandparents have. And we still aspire to that, but then have like a consumer.
For a couple of years. Do you think that you get the credit that you deserve?
I don't know. That's such a like, and not in a negative way, but kind of like a baited question to say, because what do I deserve or don't deserve? I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess that's depends on who you ask. But regardless of if people give me the credit or not, I think like numbers really don't lie, and I have the numbers under my belt. So I feel like the numbers give me the credit that I deserve. So regardless of if people want to give me the props or the awards or they say what they want to say, if I'm a meme next week again or not, you know, I know what my hallway looks like in my house. And it's got a lot of platinum records on it, so I feel like I've gotten what I deserve, and I feel like the work I've put in is reflected.
Like you tell them Instagram will mean that,
mean
the plaques on my wall. So how do you take the criticism when you're on Instagram and in Twitter, and you know sometimes on Twitter you don't have a filter, and then you
like never.
Yeah, and then you put something out there, and it's like, oh my God, let me take it back, but the blog.
But you can't take it back.
Right, you can't take it, but you can delete it, but the blog is right there.
I know it's really tough, especially because I am a Gemini. And I have to like snap.
Yes.
And say stuff, and then they're like, ah! Wait a minute. I didn't mean it. I don't know. Did I mean this? Yeah, it's really hard, and I'm a very dry, sarcastic, sense of humor type of woman. So sometimes doesn't read great in 140 characters either. I've tried to rehabilitate my ways on Twitter, especially, I took a break, and I think it's just about giving yourself limitations. Like, I don't have Twitter on my phone anymore, so, and that's helped a lot, because maybe I might see an article, and there's often times when I think, oh, I want to respond right now, but I don't know my password, so I have to wait till I get home. And by the time I'm home, I'm kind of like, maybe I've thought about my reply 700 times, and then I'm just over my reply in my own head, and I don't even do it. So I think it helps, like, removing, like when you're in a relationship with a guy and you have to just be like, someone take the phone away from me so I can't say anything crazy. So that helps. Not having it on the phone helps a lot. Yeah, it makes me have to think about what I'll say a lot before I have the access to say it.
Nice. Okay, so let's get into this new project.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Digital Distortion is the name of it, and it's going to come out mid-June. So I'm super excited about that because it's right after my 26th birthday, and then I get to work in summer. I think this album is different because I didn't feel like I was searching for that song that would make me successful. I already accomplished that, and so the pressure was off. I already have the fan base, and so I was lucky, and you know what I mean, I didn't have to think the way I did with the debut, or what could get me these fans. Okay, now you have them. So it was more just about, what do I want to do, what do I think the last album was missing, and adding that to this record. Just, I feel like a lot of my like earlier mixtape type sounds, be it sonically or just in the flow patterns, a lot of that was missing from the debut because I was thinking so much about trying to make something work on the radio or trying to gain that big fan base. And so this time around I didn't have to worry about any of that. I brought back a lot of the sounds from like Ignorant Art, or I had another mixtape, Trap Gold, which was kind of had an electronic but trap, like still hip hop influence. So I experimented a lot with music and just kind of like threw it all to the wind. I really felt like everybody said all there is to say. So what's the worst that could happen?
It is
right?
What it is.
So I just did whatever I wanted on this one, and I think it's good. I think it's more reflective of like who I am as an artist and what people initially were excited about me. That was kind of, I think, lost in translation on that first debut. So I hope that people that were a fan of me originally, that maybe weren't that into the new classic or some of those songs, will get more into this record and like this record more too.
Right. So and you work with Juvenile, Wayne, and Manny Fresh on this album, right?
Well, I didn't work with them, although they're on the writing credits. But that's because I sampled.
I
sampled back that ass up.
Okay.
With a D. Yeah. So I sampled that, and I like obviously like early 2000s Cash Money kind of era, and also like Master P and No Limit.
Love that.
Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, love that.
I'm obviously obsessed. Yeah, so I wanted to take it back, but I didn't want to like, I guess sampling, some people could say straight jacking, but to me it's better than an interpolation because it's giving that person their props. And obviously it's a sample and they're still earning off the record too, instead of just taking something similar and saying, well, you get nothing from this inspiration and I'm getting everything in the record. So I love so many of those records, and obviously it's sampled in Team, and I didn't even know if he would be like, if he would approve it or what. So we hit up Manny Fresh and played the song, and he was like, yeah, I really like it, I think it's dope. So that was a relief, and we were able to keep it on Team, and I think it's a good situation. Everybody wins and gets a piece of the record, and it lets a new group of people, especially people that listen to my music that maybe like more of a pop influence and maybe aren't necessarily super big rap fans. I think them hearing that and saying, oh, it's a sample, cool. It's a way for them to just have like that segue into, I think, a classic period of rap, and maybe they can become like big Juvie fans or like big Master P fans by hearing some of those samples on my records too, which is good for rap music as well.
Absolutely. So going forward, what else could we expect other than the album? What can we expect?
I don't know. I mean, it's still so early on. I'm just seeing how this first single plays out. But in the last year as well, you know, I really love like making my music videos and coming up with the concepts and things like that. for them, and a lot of people would say to me, why don't you direct other people's music videos? I'm not really interested in doing that, but I did start thinking about developing television shows and coming up with concepts and things like that for that, and I actually just sold my first game show slash like social experiment that's going to be on network television, so that's all happening and we're kind of like hashing out that. So that's kind of in the cards as well. I don't want to like go the acting route or do anything like that, but there'll be some like cool game shows and television shows.
Modeling, you try?
Not really any modeling.
Girl,
I tried my
slating
hand
all those
at it.
pictures.
Oh, well, thank you. I just find it so awkward. It's so hard to like,
It is.
think of the pose and all that kind of thing. I don't know how those, I don't know, all the jumping around and stuff. I'm not, I don't know. I love the way the pictures look in the end, but I don't think I'm like really cut out to be a pro at that. But anything where you can like think of creative